Hi, this is Thatcher Borman. I'm going to talk to you about basic editing and trimming of clips in iMovie. Okay, I've got my project open. I'm in edit mode, and I know this because this toggle switch down here is switched to the scissors or cutting side, referring to the old original method of actually cutting film to edit a movie. Now it's on the computer, but we still have a little scissors. Anyway, I've got two clips that I captured over here, and they're in the pane window. When I click either one of them, it shows me the first frame of each video clip over here in the preview monitor window. I have my play controls, and I can of course play that back. The volume is controlled here. Turn it up to the mid-level, and I'm going to play that video and review what's going on. Now, a handy tip for playing and pausing the video is using the space bar on my keyboard. My space bar, it starts playing, I space bar again, and it stops. So there's a nice way to work. So what I usually do when I start cutting things up into smaller pieces is I play it back in the preview window. The playhead here shows me where in the video, has a timer running here underneath the video. This blue bar shows me where in the video the playhead is. So that's where the frame it's showing me right here. Now I can pause it. I can actually click and drag with my mouse and scrub. It's called, I'm moving it left and right, and I can scrub across this video clip very quickly to see what is in there. Okay. So what do I want to do is find a place where I'm going to set an in point. An in point where I'm going to start the video. So I play it back. Okay, it's a little further back than that, so I'm going to roll it back again. And right here is going to be my in point. What I do is I split clips, cutting them up. And when I split a clip, I go to edit. One way is to go to edit and choose split clip at playhead or Apple T, which from now on I will simply use the keyboard. The Apple key and the T will do the same thing. When I click this, at the point where my playhead is, it's actually split the clip in half, and it's reflected up here in the clips pane. I now have the original clip 8 and clip 8/1. Clip 8 is the part of the clip before the point where I split it. And clip 8/1 up here is the clip after the point where I split it. So it split it into two pieces at the playhead. Okay? Now I'm going to go to the next, the part I clipped to the right, my new clip, clip 8/1, and at the beginning of this, okay, is right where I want to begin it. So I'm going to run it, I'm going to run the tape, and I know I've got to go at least till about this point, and then I'm going to go to a different clip. So I want to find the out point here, where I want this clip to end, and go to a different clip. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to play it up to this point, stop it, and I'm going to hit Control T, or Apple T, which does exactly the same thing as up here. It splits the video clip at the playhead. So I'll hit that, and there's another clip. Now there's clip 8/1 and clip 8/2. Again, clip 8/1 is the part of the clip that's left to the left of the playhead where I split it, and clip 8/2 is the part of the clip to the right of the playhead where I split it. So, and it's also reflected in the duration, that's the time that the clip lasts, which is right on the top of the clip thumbnail over here. So now I go to the next. Actually, now I know that clip 8/1 is the part of the clip I want to use. So I'm going to click it up here in the clips pane, and just like it says down here in the timeline, I'm going to drag clips here to build my project. I'm going to drop it right in that top track, and now I have this clip in the timeline indicated by this blue piece of tape. It's a clip. It's the video clip, and I can select it or click off it, and it turns white when it's unselected. And again, when I'm working down here, I can do the same thing with my playhead. You see, I can click in this dotted track above the clip, and that's representing time from left to right. So if it's all the way over to the left, it says 0, 0, 0. That's at the beginning, of course. I can use the play controls to start playing the clip. I can pause it. I can click and drag across the clip and again scrub the clip to see the action really quickly. Now I want to get to this point, and now I want to take apart from my clip 9. I'm going to scrub ahead to the point where she's talking about the valves here. I go to my in point. I'm going to click Apple T to split the clip there. And now I've split it to the before and after the playhead split. Again, clip 9/1 is over here, and I'm going to highlight that. We show that clip over in the monitor pane, and I'm going to play it ahead. And actually, just to speed things up, I will drag it ahead to the point where it ends this scene here. Pause it. Now I'm going to hit Apple T to split the clip there. So now it's got clip 9/2. Again, I started with clip 9. I split that into two pieces where I wanted the in point, and it split it into two. Then I watched the remainder of that split clip, and then I rolled it ahead to the point where I wanted to end that scene. And again, it leaves me in the middle of these three clips. The middle clip is the clip I want to use. And when I want to add it to my project, to my video, I'm going to click it and drag it down into the timeline at the end, or at the end where I want to put it, because I want to add it after the clip that's already in the timeline. And I do this by clicking and dropping it over to the right here. And now I see I have the first clip I put in the timeline and the second clip I put in the timeline right next to each other in succession. There's another way to split clips, and that's by dropping them into the timeline and splitting them there. Let's just do that quickly. I've reverted back to the original state of the program with my clips here. Incidentally, I did that by right-clicking on the clip, reverting the clip to original. So if you want to undo or go back to the original length of the clip in one piece, you can do this quickly by this method. So the other method you're going to use to trim clips, which is very common, you're going to use this all the time, is doing it right in the timeline by using the trim tool, which you'll see here. Your mouse turns into the trim icon, the little arrows, right at the point that you mouse over a cut point. And when you do that, you can actually grab onto the selected part of the video, and by clicking and dragging, you can actually see that you're changing the out point of this clip. You can see where the out point is in the preview monitor. You can drag it to the left, you can drag it to the right, and in each case it pushes the clip next to it over and makes room for that. The video clip is more like rubber than tape, because in the timeline you can stretch it back and forth with your mouse, deciding where to set your out point or your in point. If I stretch the in point of the other clip, I'm going to move it over, and you saw it snap back, so it's joined right at the point between the two clips. I roll it over. Now change the in point of this clip, change the out point of that clip, just like that. And now the point at which they meet is a little different. And again, you can see where that point is, where you're trimming to, where the in point is in the preview monitor.